Welcome to this special episode of Insight. Today we're at London's Excel Arena at the BETT, or British Educational Training and Technology Show, where around 30,000 people have gathered together from different parts of the world to see how learning can be helped developed inside and outside the classroom.
Now, the whole focus of this exhibition is about training and teaching, and I'm standing here next to some visual minutes from a teachers' meet here at BET 2013, where a whole range of ideas were discussed, and these are the actual minutes that they've put visually on this huge piece of paper. Now, the interesting thing here is it's all about bringing teachers together, and by doing that, they're able to use technology to help engage with their students as well. From the people I've been talking to, I found out that it's all about getting feedback from the students, whether they're using technology through computers, tablets as well, or interactive whiteboards, and they're able to get that feedback so they can understand where the students are going and what help they need. And this message here is probably the most poignant, that it's about now sharing ideas, and we're finding that technology is allowing teachers to share those ideas for the benefits of students.
Now, Casio have just launched a brand new tablet which is shatterproof. Let's have a look.
It's a brand new product released this month on Tuesday at the BET show in London. It's a ruggedized tablet, very much focused on a device that can be used in schools and universities. It can be dropped 1 meter onto concrete and survive the impacts. It's IP rated, which means it's waterproof. So you can wipe it over, wash it down fairly easily.
You couldn't put it in the bath, could you?
Couldn't put it in the bath, so it's not totally submersible into water, but a heavy rain shower, if you are on a field trip, for example, and you had a downpour, this would survive no problem at all.
So how have you made it smash-proof?
It's just the design of the casing. So it's what we call IP rating. It means that it's protection against dust and water ingress.
And what makes it any different from an iPad?
Very different in that, for example, you can take the battery out. So if you're out on a field trip, you haven't got mains power with you, if the battery dies, you can put a new battery in. The battery life is 10 hours, so you've got a very good battery life. And if I take the device and I can drop it, you can drop it down on the floor, you can see how ruggedized that is.
And
Very
that's been
ruggedized
enabled
device.
by the sides, is that
By
what
the
it is?
corners there, is actually tested to impact onto concrete on all corners, on the front, on the back.
There you go. Perfect. All right. Good.
Well, one thing that's happening a lot in schools at the moment, especially in this country, is the installment of new technologies and using them as learning aids. And if you think to your days back in school, you might remember teachers using blackboards, then it became whiteboards, and now we're using interactive boards. And here at Tryon Boards, I'm joined by Andre. Thanks for joining us on Insight.
Yeah, hello. My name is Andre Crispin, and I'm the CEO of Tryon Board Company. So this has a gestures, but the main thing is that you really can go and write in 4 colors simultaneously. Yeah, you can. So this is the state-of-the-art technology. Probably we are one of the few which has this feature available on the market. Yeah, this is a multi-touch device which enables to write also with 4 touches. But we designed this perfectly with built-in PC, which is fully integrated on the side.
So this is all one unit?
All in one unit, and if you change input, you can also switch to TV mode. So it's having optional tuner. And it's a 4-touch, so we are delivering with the EasyTeach, RM EasyTeach, next generation software.
It's not just whiteboards that are changing in classrooms, the desks for students are also changing. Paul, tell us a bit more about your product.
Well, it's all dual-purpose classroom desk. As you can see, you pull your keyboard out, and all you have to do is press the silver pad, and up comes your screen. So you now have a standard computer desk. They're all different, but they all do the same thing. Very simple. And this one over here has got the all-in-one PC. So again, giving you the same end result. So it's a dual-purpose classroom. You've got the iMac, you've got teacher's desk, you've got a lab desk, you've got sixpence desks. I mean, they all do the same thing. Dual purpose. So you finish with your computer for the day, and it's back to a standard classroom desk. You have, this is Eastbourne College Prep School, so that's in the library. So again, it makes a whole room dual purpose. So you can have, in these two desks here, children using books and doing research the old-fashioned way, or they can be on the internet doing research that way.
Besides space saving, is there any other big advantage of using this system?
Security. Everything can be locked away, so a would-be thief looking, walking around the school grounds, looking through windows. A teacher's desk. Same thing, it's all the same thing. So the teacher's taking registration. So after registration, finish with a computer, and she has a nice clear desk. Again, everything's locked away, so a would-be thief looking through the window can't even see the screen or the PC. So security-wise, it's gone.
Cost?
£325 per desk.
Well, over the last few decades and centuries even, the UK has prided itself as one of the biggest manufacturers, and over recent years it's turned its attention towards CAD and CAM, which is computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacture. So to help talk to us about this, I'm at the Boxford stand and I'm joined by Paul Paraglove. Welcome to the programme, Paul. Firstly, just explain to us what Boxford does in terms of its products.
We manufacture a range of CADCAM CNC equipment for the training market worldwide. Nearly 70% of our output goes abroad. They're all manufactured in the UK. And these actually teach people about the modern manufacturing technologies. So these are the same technologies that we use in our factory to make these machines. And these are £500,000 machines we have in our factory. But the exact same principles are replicated on machines that are a fraction of that price. This is a CNC lathe, so it makes cylindrical components like that there. Much of the effort has gone into the software side of it, so really we can get from a blank screen to manufacturing a part within a matter of minutes, and we're talking about 11-year-old students who can start using this, and they get out of it a very precise, very accurate, very high quality component, and we hope that it'll lead them to be engineers, designers of the future, and people we can employ in our business in the future.
One thing particularly in the UK, it seems that engineering is being outsourced to other countries. Do you think technology like this will be able to bring more manufacturing jobs to the UK?
Yeah, I think what we are good at and what we could be good at in the future is the niche manufacturing, and that's really what the market we're in is. So, making high-tech, high-quality products and components that we can sell worldwide. So I think there's a huge market to be put together with all those little bits, and I think that's where the future of manufacturing in the UK is likely to be.
Well, I've managed to catch up with Kaleem. We've been going to different parts of the exhibition, but we sat down for a quick bite. Kaleem, what's been your views of what you've seen so far?
I mean, there's hundreds of exhibitors here, and each of them has got their own unique selling point. It's just amazing how the classroom's completely changed from the days of a blackboard and chalk.
From your days when you were back at school, how many years ago was that?
Many years ago, I must say, but it's completely changing. The way students can take notes, the way things are turning in terms of addressing the teacher addressing the kids back. The teacher seems to know what's happening at each and every point in the classroom.
But don't you think there's too many distractions then in the classroom as well with all this technology?
I think the kids need it because the kids are growing up with this technology, and if this technology is being used to help them learn, why not?
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to be left behind. One other aspect as well, I mean, we've seen so much technology from all different levels. I mean, how do you think this is going to impact the future? Do you think this is stuff that we're going to see in 10 years' time, or where do you think we could be?
We just don't know. You may even end up with robotic teachers. Let's see what happens.
Well, that's something I think we are trying to avoid. And there was actually one person I spoke to about this, and he had a very good point that he said, according to him, technology is never going to replace teachers. And within the classroom, as long as you've got good teaching staff, the technology is an aid for that. So we're going to have a quick bite to eat, and then we're going to carry on and have a look around. There's still a lot more stands to continue. I mean, I don't think I've covered even half of it yet.
Quick break and let's go.
We'll catch up with you later.
Now, not only do you have desks that hide the computer, you also have desks that become the computer. Look at this. You can actually have a whole desk filled with a screen, and you can browse across the internet, you can check what's happening across the world, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can actually then also look ahead at the classroom wall, and there you have a big screen, teachers explaining everything. This seems to be the future and the way school classrooms are going to be heading.
Well, we had a look just before at the interactive whiteboards. This is taking that technology one step further. And as you can see on the screen, there's a number of fish. But the thing that's special about this, people have actually come and drawn the fish on this piece of paper. And then, voila, like magic, it comes to life on the big screen. So I'm going to have a quick go and take a break from all this interviewing.
So we know that learning physics isn't easy for all, but we have a former physics teacher, Ian, with us here from Data Harvest. Ian, tell us how your product's actually helping people who find science difficult.
Well, for example, with this handheld generator, when you turn it and you turn the lights on, you can feel the load and you can feel the effort that you have to create gets harder.
Show us.
Okay, so as I turn one light on, it's the wrong one again. So as I wind that, I can feel the resistance from the light bulb, but if I turn them all on, then it takes a lot more effort to get the same brightness of bulb.
So physically the students can actually get their hands on these things.
Yeah, if you get hands on the same, and they can feel what's happening. Rather than, it's not abstract, it becomes real because they can feel it.
And is this very affordable for schools?
Yeah, that generator is £17.50. And then they don't have to have this. Any circuits with light bulbs aren't expensive. So yeah, it's very accessible.
What else have you got here?
Okay, so in a similar way, this is a capacitor. So you can charge up the capacitor, and then you can discharge it and count how many turns you needed to charge it, how many turns it was to discharge, and you can work out the efficiency. Without doing calculations, it's just counting. This is a handheld Van de Graaff generator. So just wind that up. So you can see it sparking across. Yep. But what I like about this compared to one you'd plug into the mains, they can see what's happening. They can see it's caused by friction of the roller onto the pad. And that's what's causing the transfer of electrons down the wires. And I don't like doing this because I don't like getting sparks. Okay. There we go.
So I'm now joined by the co-founders of Coderdojo. Bill, do you tell us a bit more about what Coderdojo is?
So Coderdojo is an open, free learning environment for kids aged 7 to 17 to come together for a couple hours a week and actually teach each other how to program computers and how to get really good, not just computer literate, but actually become native speakers in code. And because the best coders are like poets, they can actually say more with fewer lines of code.
And what's been the inspiration for you to set up this?
I think a lot of it is based on our own experiences growing up. I mean, we both started programming at a fairly young age, and we were both kind of in systems where there wasn't an outlet for programming. It wasn't in the curriculum, there wasn't social clubs. It was very much so a kind of a bedroom type activity. So I think being frustrated by this and wanting an outlet like this and seeing that more people were interested in how this kind of stuff worked, and just with timing, how technology is all around us, but yet we're kind of moving into this generation where we're users, not creators, it just seemed that it was the right time to do this.
And how many people are benefiting from your system?
Well, there's about 15 to 20,000 kids in the program now. It's in 23 plus countries, 200 plus locations. It's growing like a weed. One of the very important things is that there's lots and lots of online resource to learn programming. I mean, anyone could literally go online and do a free programming course immediately. The problem is, it's actually a collaborative thing that you need to do. If you want to get really good, you've got to play well with others. And so Coderdojo is like real world meetings, party atmosphere. We have one rule: be cool.
And what about fees? Are there any fees associated?
No, it's completely free. It's entirely open source, so everything we do is up online for anyone to look at and collaborate and improve on. And we just decided from day one we wanted something that was scalable, that was free. We have no bank account associated with it. There will never be any commercialization of it, and it's just an altruistic thing. It's just a thing for the technology world.
And how we've been able to achieve that is it's a bit like this. You know, are there people in your organisation with kids around 7 years old? Yeah. Do you have a canteen that you might be free on the weekends for a couple of hours? Yeah. Are there a couple of IT people cruising around who could just mentor? Right. Let's start a Coderdojo at your office. We have Coderdojos at Intel, at Microsoft, at Google, at EMC, at McAfee. We also have dojos in community halls, in churches, in schools. We have them in people's homes. The resource is there for free already. The whole open source movement has generated all this resource, and we could just make a physical classroom that's the same way, or a physical learning space that's the same way. We don't have teachers. It's always about mentors and collaboration.
And is it recommended for any particular age groups, or is it all age groups?
7 to 17 is the recommended. We suggest younger still. We find that the younger the kids are, the faster they get it, the more native speakers they become. It's, you know, coding is a language skill, so it's best when you have high neural plasticity. And that's my personal recommendation. A lot of people come to me and say, oh, you know, we're adults, can we come and learn at a Coderdojo? I say, only if you're accompanied by a minor.
I've had a go. I let out my creative side a bit, and I've come up with this. He's looking a bit hungry, I think, a bit like me. So let's go and see how we can get this up there on the screen.
What we're going to do is we're going to scan in your fish into the software. It's just going through now. Okay, and within a couple of seconds your fish should come to life on the board over here. But if you can imagine it teaching ecology or biology, where you reward the kids by getting the answer correct by bringing their artwork to life.
Well, I can actually see my fish swimming around there. Well, this is just some of the technology on show in the exhibition today. We were just having a look at some CAD and CAM machines, but this is taking that one step further, I guess, and actually bringing robotics into the classroom. And to help talk about this, I'm joined by Tony from Pitsco. Thanks for joining us. Just talk to us a bit about the technology involved in this.
Well, this is a technology that uses the LEGO Mindstorms brick. So it's hands-on learning, getting the students involved with design technology, engineering, and computer programming. So a way of getting them excited about learning.
And what can this particular robot do? What's his name?
So this robot's named Mr. Robot. It was actually named by Will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas. He's very excited about engineering and education, and so he wanted to see a robot that would get up on stage and dance, being built out of the exact same kits that the students are using in the classroom.
Yeah, I mean, that was something I was going to mention because the actual framework is quite simplistic. It looks like someone can actually make this, you know, without using too much advanced electronics or, you know, without too much prior knowledge.
Correct. Tetrix is an open-ended building system, so it's up to the kids' imagination, whatever they want to build, whatever they want to design, and then they have to program it to do the tasks that they want. So it's a way of really getting them engaged and excited about learning.
So we hope the viewers at home are excited about this just as much as we are. And just to end off, let's have some more moves from Mr. Robot here. Well, one thing we've all remembered growing up with is Lego, and I've come to the Lego stand here, and I've been joined by Mark Parks. Well, welcome to the program. Thanks for joining us. What has Lego been developing so far over the last few years?
So LEGO Education has been around for 30 years. We are an official part of the LEGO Group. For 30 years we've concentrated all our resources on creating products that are engaging with children and are very much used in an innovative and creative way to stimulate learning experiences with children in a classroom environment. So So what you see around you today, and specifically on this stand, is LEGO Mindstorms Education EV3. It's our third evolution of our Mindstorms robotics platform. It's something we're very excited about at LEGO Education.
Okay, so looking at this particular product here, is this something that a child could make? Because it looks quite advanced.
This is one of the things that we've been very conscious about when we've designed and created EV3, is that teachers in essence have a 45-minute window. A 45-minute window where they can deliver a learning experience and get across the learning themes from that lesson. And a lot of these robots, not all of them I might add, as we will see as we go around, have a 45-minute build, program and research project associated to them. So this is, if I just introduce you to Snapper, this is one of our more unfriendly members of LEGO Mindstorms.
It's particularly menacing, I have to say.
He's not particularly menacing, and he's actually in quite a bad mood today. So if you want to just try and tickle his belly, yeah? He's not very happy there, not very happy at all. So he's just saying, get away from me, I'm not very happy. And what we have here is a very simple program running where this is an infrared sensor, and we've created a program on our P-brick, which is here, and is actually running, where if anybody interrupts that infrared sensor and breaks that beam, Snapper's going to tell them he's not very happy. What we also have, as you look around, is we have our different expansions. So this is our manufacturing plant, just being charged up at the moment. So, and what we also have starting there is our stair climber. Our stair climber, which Stuart is just starting there, will go up two flights of steps. It's just about to go 2 flights of steps. Now, what we use in a classroom environment is not only programming, but if you look at the engineering that's gone into the infrastructure there, we're using a whole range of things that can be talked about in a classroom, from gearing, from design and technology, product design, a whole range of things. Then we finally move on to our elephant, which is here. We have an elephant robot.
Wasn't expecting that.
No. And we've programmed him here to react to the cursors on the top. So if I want to make him to move forward, I just push the button there, and he's going to move forwards, and he's going to keep moving forwards. And if I want him to say hello to the camera, I just need to do this. And he will say hello to the camera. Yeah?
So, on a general level, what kind of skills are these teaching children?
From a skills perspective, it's lots of skills. It's teamwork, it's programming, it's all the STEM-related subjects, material, science, mathematics, engineering, technology. But I think most importantly, it's giving them skills that they can use in a real-world environment. It's giving them the skills that, from an employability perspective, they need to excel at to perform in a more competitive world than ever.
So that was LEGO, and as we said before, it's something that we've grown up with, and now look at the stage that it's reached. You know, children these days are able to create robotics like this very, very easily, and it's something that will give them lifelong skills if they want to go into the fields of design or engineering and manufacture.
Ghalib, what do you think?
It's been really good. I'm so glad that we've had the opportunity to go to these different shows and find out what technologies are going to be emerging in the future in the realms of learning and education.
So we can see already, I mean, maybe gone are the days of pen and paper, chalk and blackboard.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go too far. Obviously, there is a lot of exciting technology out there, but when it comes to grassroots level, it's all about learning and engaging, and sometimes, you know, pen and paper is just as good.
So let's see where technology takes us. Maybe the next 10 years may see even more changes.
That's right, and whatever changes there are going to be, inshallah, we'll be here on Insight to cover them for you at home.
So keep joining us on Insight. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.